The following is a production of the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network. Ottumwa Bulldog basketball is on the air here on your news and information leader, 1240 AM and 102.7 FM KBIZ. Our coverage of Bulldog basketball is made possible thanks to these sponsors. Mark and the team at Champion Bowl in Ottumwa. By Cole Palace Cafe and Books. By Community First Credit Union. By Shannon and the team at Dixon's Floors and More. By Family First Chiropractic. By Lisco of Fairfield. By Josh, Brenda, and the team at Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home. By Mike's Pizza and Steakhouse. By Ottumwa Community Schools, where we engage, educate, and empower every student every day. By Ottumwa Regional Health Center. By Dr. Dwayne Petrito and the team at Petrito Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. By River Community Credit Union, where everybody knows your name. By River Hills Community Health Center. By Slayton Polaris. And by Sonic Drive-In, North 63 in Ottumwa. Now, let's get you to the court with the voice of your Ottumwa Bulldogs, Jason Van Arkel.
Ottumwa High basketball is on the air. Good evening, everybody, from the Bowen Roundhouse in Des Moines. Jason Van Arkel reporting tonight. Annie Argo is our on-site video producer, and Brandon Drew is the radio producer back at the KBIZ studios. It's a CIML Metro Conference girls-boys doubleheader tonight as your Ottumwa Bulldogs take on the Railsplitters of Des Moines Lincoln High School. We start with the girls game, of course, and you've got two teams coming in here looking for a lot of growth this season. Your Ottumwa Bulldogs are 0-6, and they're coming off a loss on Tuesday at Des Moines North, 53-32. Now, it's a 21-point loss, and we're not trying to sugarcoat it, but there were some good things in that game, a lot of good things that all happened after the first quarter. Ottumwa was down 22-5 after the opening quarter in that game. They committed 10 turnovers in the first quarter. Bulldogs only had 7 turnovers the rest of the way, and over the final 3 quarters, North only outscored them by 4. In fact, the Bulldogs played dead even with the Polar Bears in the second half, so there's something to build on, certainly, for head coach Joe Vandenberg. He does have a short bench again tonight. A.J. Van Manen and Chloe Bradley are out until Monday in quarantine, so only 8 players again available tonight for Ottumwa, and that includes Ann Guest, who had 14 points against North on Tuesday, and she could have an advantage tonight at 5'11". She could have an advantage inside against a Lincoln team that is once again small. Now the Railsplitters, this year is already better for them than last year was. A year ago they went 0-22, and in fact Des Moines Lincoln came into this season on a 30-game losing streak, but that came to an end Tuesday night as they knocked off Des Moines East 39-29, giving their new head coach Rob Newton a victory in his first game as the head coach of the Lincoln girls. He had previously been an assistant on the Lincoln boys team. This Lincoln team is very young. They had 9 players on the floor, not all at the same time, of course, in the game against East. They had 2 seniors, 2 juniors, 3 sophomores, and 2 freshmen. And over the years, many times we've called Lincoln the Mighty Mites, and they are that again this year. They didn't have anyone play in the game on Tuesday that was taller than 5'8". They don't have anybody returning from last year who averaged more than 4.2 points per game, but the player to watch out for them tonight is sophomore Marissa Albright, who had 13 points and 8 rebounds in their win over East. Now, they didn't play a perfect game by any means. East still shot just 2 of 17 from three-point range, only 5 of 11 from the free throw line, and they committed 21 turnovers. However, they did have 25 steals against East, so Ottumwa has to take care of the ball. Turnovers will be key for both teams in the matchup tonight. So, Bulldogs and Rails, Ottumwa looking for its first win of the season. Lincoln looking to go 2-0 at the start of season since I don't know when. I don't think the records go back that far, at least on varsity bound, but an important game for both teams as they continue to try to build on their starts to the season, and both teams having young rosters that are looking to learn and grow as the season goes along. Still have about 10.5 minutes until we get to the lineup introduction here, at least on the floor. So right now we'll take a 3-minute timeout and come back with the projected starting lineups on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people with goals, people who want to save more, people that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
Whether you are a player, cheerleader, or coach, your friends at Petrita Orthodontics are cheering for you. We are proud of the students in our area and are happy to support them in their school activities. We want to see you smile on and off the field. If you or your child are in need of orthodontic care, call us for a free, no-obligation appointment. We have many different options available to help your child's bite and smile. Call us today at Petrita Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. We look forward to making you smile.
Keeping you, your families, and your businesses connected in these challenging times is now more important than ever. We here at Lisco are dedicated to continue providing the same local customer service we have over the years. Both your business and home internet and phone service is Lisco's priority. Lisco, your local communications provider. Call me, Megan Daly, at 641-209-5400, 641-209-5400, or visit online at www.lisco.com.
Hi, I'm Rick Johnson, CEO of River Hills Community Health Center, where we've been growing healthy communities for the past 20 years in Ottumwa, Centerville, Richland, and Sigourney. We recently made some modifications, but we are now back to normal with safety and precaution in mind. All of our clinic locations are open and have returned to regular hours. Appointments are being accepted in all clinics, so call for your appointment today. Remember, River Hills Community Health Center. Diversified services, exceptional health care.
At See First, we believe our members deserve financial solutions unlike any other, where the people make you feel appreciated, where you can find the right tools and products at the right price, where high-tech solutions provide serious convenience, not frustration, and where members are so happy they tell their friends. Thank you, See First members. Together really is better.
Wondering what to have for lunch or supper? Stop in and see Mike and his team at Mike's Pizza and Steakhouse. Whether you want amazing Greek food, pasta, salads, sandwiches, fish, chicken, steak, or the best pizza in town, they have what you want. They are always open for carryout, and their full menu is available at mikespizzasteakhouse.com. Thank you, Southern Iowa, for making Mike's Pizza and Steakhouse your favorite restaurant and your favorite pizza place. Proud to support the Ottumwa Bulldogs.
Opa!
You're watching Bulldog Basketball on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa High Basketball on KBIZ and the live video stream at ottumwaradio.com. Bulldogs at Des Moines Lincoln tonight, getting ready for our girls game first, of course. Also, we do have a scheduling note. Ottumwa lost conference games at home in December against East and Hoover, I believe it was. I know it was East, and I know it was East because those two schools will try to make up those basketball games coming up on Saturday, January 23rd. It'll be at 2 o'clock at Evans Middle School on January 23rd. It'll be the varsity girls and the sophomore boys. And then at 3:30, it'll be the varsity boys and the freshman boys. There won't be any JV girls basketball that day, but Ottumwa and Des Moines East, varsity girls at 2, varsity boys at 3:30, Saturday, January 23rd, and we will have all the action for you here on KBIZ and on our live video stream at ottumwaradio.com. This series has been dominated by Ottumwa in the past decade. The Bulldogs have won their last 5 against Lincoln in the series, and you go back to the 2010-2011 season, Ottumwa has won 17 out of 20, so that's basically the decade. The last time Lincoln won was January 5th of 2018. That was a 42-37 defeat they handed the Bulldogs here at the Lincoln Roundhouse. And we're about to get to the projected starting lineups, but Des Moines Lincoln may have an issue here as they were going through warm-ups, and one of their players is down holding her knee, and they have warm-ups on. I'm not sure which player that is. They've got a lot of new faces this year. And so that would not be good. I don't know if that's one of their starters, one of their regulars, or one of their reserves. You never want to see someone injured, and you certainly don't want to see them injured in pregame warm-ups, so hopefully that young lady there will be okay. She appears to be in some pain right now, but hopefully she'll be okay. The rest of her team she's down in the lane under the basket, and the rest of the players, coaches pulled them out to midcourt while they attend to the injured player, so hopefully she'll be okay. The projected starting lineup tonight for Ottumwa. You start in the backcourt, 5'5" sophomore Olivia Coram, averaging 2.8 points per game. Getting her first career start, 5'7" senior Zoe Jones, who scored in a game for the first time Tuesday at North, had 4 points in the game, including a three-pointer. The third guard, 5'8" senior Chloe Schneckloff, 3.8 points per game. Up front, 5'10" junior Addison Ransom, 7.8 points per game. And 5'11" senior Ann Guest, the team's leading scorer, at 9.2 points per game. As for Des Moines Lincoln, again, Rob Newton, their new head coach. And this was the lineup he sent out for their opener. Not sure if they will stay with it or not, especially knowing that there's a player down there injured that we're not sure who it is. But in their opener, they started in the backcourt, 5'7" senior Morgan Meth-Fessel, and she had 4 points against Des Moines East. Also 5'6" sophomore Desiree Bundy, who had 6 points. Their third starter is one we saw last year. She's now a sophomore, Kira Canada, 5'4", averaging 2 points a game. The fourth guard, and the most dangerous one, at least in the opener, was Marissa Albright. She's a 5'5" sophomore. She had 13 points in their win over East. And then their fifth starter, 5'8" senior Riley Cox, who had 2 points in that victory. By the way, one note about Des Moines Lincoln, they pulled down an eye-opening 46 rebounds against East in the opener. Now, some of that has to do with East missing a ton of shots, but Lincoln was getting to all the rebounds, it seems. And so the Bulldogs will have to be very cognizant of blocking out and not giving up second chances when they're on the defensive end, because if one game is any indication, and again, it's only one game, but Lincoln did a very good job rebounding in their opener, and the Bulldogs probably would like to do a better job rebounding. They're averaging 25 rebounds a game. That's not horrible, but it's not great. And so we will see what happens tonight as they take on a Lincoln team that Ottumwa has a size advantage against. Ottumwa should be able to get to more rebounds tonight if they just box out well, because they've got a size advantage. All right, we will take another 3-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll get you ready for the start of the game. I anticipate there'll be a national anthem at some point, but right now let's make it a 2-minute timeout. Annie and Brandon, a 2-minute timeout, and we're back with more pregame on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
At Dixon's Floors & More, we don't mind being different, as long as the difference is better. With hundreds of brands to choose from, including the largest manufacturers in the industry, we transform the volume of products we carry into lower prices for you. Don't start your project without starting at Dixon's Floors & More.
Mention you saw this video and receive 5% off your entire purchase at Dixon's Floors & More in Ottumwa.
Keeping you, your families, and your businesses connected in these challenging times is now more important than ever. We here at Let's Go are dedicated to continue providing the same local customer service we have over the years. Both your business and home internet and phone service is Let's Go's priority. Let's Go, your local communications provider. Call me, Megan Daly, at 641-209-5400, 641-209-5400, or visit online at www.letsgo.com.
River Community Credit Union is different from other financial institutions. From the safety of your money to who actually owns a credit union. A credit union is a democratic, member-owned cooperative. When you join a credit union, you're more than a member. You're an owner, which means you have a say in how your credit union is run. They provide the same products and services as other financial institutions, but are not-for-profit and exist to help people, not to make a profit.
River Community Credit Union, where everybody knows your name.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels
Ottumwa High basketball on KBIZ. Bulldogs getting ready to take on Des Moines Lincoln. They are about to do the introductions here to the fans in attendance. And there is a note about that today. Yesterday, the governor's office announced that they were removing the restriction on high school sporting events and other youth sporting events that limited the people in attendance to 2 people per player. That doesn't mean they've just completely taken the restrictions off. All schools are still required to enforce social distancing and mask rules. However, the Des Moines public schools are going to stick with the 2 people per athlete policy, and really I think a lot of people are tonight because it would have been a really quick turnaround to try to change the policies. So there are a limited number of fans here in the stands tonight, but I'm sure they'll make some noise. Bulldogs are wearing, again, the red road jerseys, white trim on the collar, white lettering Ottumwa on the front, white numbers front and back, white and silver striping vertically down the sides of the red shorts. Des Moines Lincoln has home white jerseys. They have gold lettering trimmed in, gold numbers trimmed in maroon, I should say, front and back. Gold lettering LHS on the back of the jersey, and some maroon and gold trim on the collar and above where the sleeves would be. Maroon and gold trim down the sides of the shorts with the ALHS logo, Abraham Lincoln High School. And we do know now who the injured player for Lincoln was in warm-ups. It was Riley Cox, who was one of their starters in the opener. So it looks like they've replaced Cox in the starting lineup with Jada Taylor, a 5'5" junior who had 5 points off the bench in their season opener. Canada. I think normally Lincoln does some more music or something when they introduce starting lineups, but with the limited crowd here, they're keeping it rather simple. There are some Ottumwa fans who've made the trip up here to Des Moines to watch the Bulldogs play at Lincoln tonight. The Roundhouse, always a tough gym to play in. The shooting sight lines are different than anywhere else we go in the state other than Marshalltown. They also have a Roundhouse, as we've talked about. So with the injury to Cox, there's nobody in the starting lineup for Lincoln taller than 5'7". And again, it's unfortunate that Riley Cox injured in pregame. They're about to have the national anthem. We'll take a 2-minute timeout and have the opening tip coming up next on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
In Searcy, Arkansas, a young man says I love you for the first time, but his girlfriend doesn't quite hear. In Franklin, Tennessee, a boy encounters his first pickle. And in Kyle, Texas, after a mission for tots, cousins realize they're a long way from Kyle, Texas. One day, many people, millions of orders. This is Howie Sonic.
Engage, educate, and empower every student every day. Ottumwa School. Building relationships, foundations for success. Helping every student to achieve their best. Engage, educate, and empower every student every day. Ottumwa Schools.
Whether you are a player, cheerleader, or coach, your friends at Petrita Orthodontics are cheering for you. We are proud of the students in our area and are happy to support them in their school activities. We want to see you smile on and off the field. If you or your child are in need of orthodontic care, call us for a free, no-obligation appointment. We have many different options available to help your child's bite and smile. Call us today at Petrita Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. We look forward to making you smile.
At Community First Credit Union, we see how important it is to be the kind of financial partner you can depend on, no matter what. We see that you have plans, goals, hopes, and dreams. We see you need banking tools that are real-time and bankers that are real people. At See First, we see all of these things because at See First, we see you.
You're watching Bulldog basketball on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa High basketball and KBIZ Bulldogs in Des Moines Lincoln underway from the Lincoln Rail House. Jason Van Arkel with you. Addison Ransom with the ball for Ottumwa, under pressure, lost it, got it back in the right corner. Bulldogs had won the tip. Now Ransom driving into the lane, splits defender, shot off the glass, no good. Well, if you're going to have that much contact and no foul call, this could be an interesting night. Lincoln with the rebound, and they are into the front court. Those gold numbers a little hard to read from all the way up high in this press box up in the rafters. Morgan Metfessel has it. Kicks it left wing for Marissa Albright. Lost it, got it back. Throw it up top. That's Kira Canada. Canada back to Albright. Now down to the baseline. Now to the free throw line. Quick jumper on the way. Banked it in. Morgan Metfessel has the first bucket of the game. 2-0 Railsplitters. Olivia Corum back the other way for OHS through the center circle. Kicks it into the corner. Zoe Jones, a quick three. Too strong. And a weak side rebound to the Rails. Pass into the front court left side for Albright. Has to run it down to the baseline as Corum picks her up. Brings it back to the wing. Kicks it behind her to Jada Taylor. Up top to Canada. At the volleyball line or just in front of it. Canada holding. Now goes left side for Taylor. Up top for Desiree Bundy. And she's called for a travel as she tries to drive over to the right side. Again, Des Moines Lincoln had to alter its starting lineup just a few minutes before the opening tip when Riley Cox was injured in pregame, and it doesn't look like she will play tonight. And Guest has it up top for Ottumwa, throws it left side for Zoe Jones. Lincoln in a man-to-man, pass to a cutting Corum underneath, got tied up, held ball, and the arrow favors Lincoln. 6:28 on the clock, opening quarter. Ottumwa down 2-0. Back the other way come the Rails. Marissa Albright into the front court. Throws it right side to Canada. Canada guarded by Jones. Dribbles in, cut off nicely. Kick it out to Bundy. Long three on the way. Got it. Desiree Bundy makes it 5-0 Rails, and Ottumwa off to a slow start. The slow start doomed them on Tuesday at North. Bulldogs need to find some offense here. Only gotten one shot off. Sheckloff driving right, cut off as she got down to the baseline. Now kicks it underneath the Guest. Kick it out to Schneckloff. Wide open for a three. No, but a foul. And Chloe will shoot 3 free throws. Metfessel a little too aggressive on the closeout there. And Chloe Schneckloff going to the line where she'd like to be better. She's only 2 for 7 on the season. .5:56 on the clock, opening quarter. First free throw, a little too strong. Bulldog basketball brought to you by Josh Brenda and the team at Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home. Someone down 5-0. Schneckloff trying to get the Bulldogs on the board. Second free throw, left it short. She still gets one more, fouled shooting a three-pointer. Chloe taking her time, puts it up, and got the third one. So Ottumwa's on the board at 5-1. Into the front court are the Rails. Lob into the lane. Now a kick-out pass deflected, rescued by Bundy left side. Skip it right side to Canada. Driving baseline, cut off. Kick it back out. Curling underneath and losing it is Metfessel. Pardon me, that was Albright, and Ottumwa gets the loose ball. Schneckloff in the front court right side. Up top to Addison Ransom. To the left corner for Corum. Kick it back up top to Jones. Down underneath the Guest, knocked away, stolen. Bundy has it, 2-on-1 the other way. Zoe trying to catch up, pokes it away, and out of bounds. Good hustle back by Zoe Jones to prevent an easy layup. Bundy inbounds to the corner for Albright. Throw it up top for Metfessel. Left side to Canada. Canada back up top to Metfessel, right side to Bundy. Shot fake. Back up top, Albright, left side Canada. Bulldogs staying in the zone. Down to the baseline for Jada Taylor. Now out to the wing for Canada. Ball deflected. Jones with the deflection. Corum diving on the floor to get it. Trying to avoid the tie-up. And no one came to help her out, and it gets tied up. The held ball will keep it with Ottumwa. 5 minutes even on the clock here in the opening quarter. Bulldogs down 5-1. It'll be Olivia Corum to bring it across the timeline. Over to the right wing, guarded by Canada. Trying to get it underneath. Pass off the leg of Guest. They're diving on the floor for it again. Corum and Canada tie it up, and this time the arrow goes to Lincoln. Josie Lemons about to check in for the first time, the 5'7" senior, replacing Guest. Ottumwa sets up what'll at least start out looking like a 1-2-2 zone. Across the timeline is Albright, throw left side to Canada. Up top for Bundy. Down to the baseline and quickly out to the wing to Canada through Taylor. Canada the free throw line, skip it right side for Albright, driving in under the hoop. Tried to kick it across and it's out of bounds, threw it away. Wanted to go to the corner, back to Taylor, but threw it out of bounds. Well, Ottumwa's locked down defensively after those first couple of possessions. So looking for their first field goal, they trail 5-1. How far away did that ball go? Got to stand up, look over here. The ball went all the way under the, kind of down a corridor and under the bleachers. They've also got the bin of warm-up balls right off the court in the corner. You'd think they'd move that a little farther away. Corum, right side, goes to Schneckloff. Down to, we'll try to get it down to Lemons. The pass was deflected, but then Lemons going for the catch, and I think Methfessel fouled her over the top, and that's the second foul on Morgan Methfessel. Inbounds in the baseline. Underneath it goes to Corum. Under pressure. Lost it. Got it back. Kicks it to the left corner for Corum. Up top to Lemons. Trying to lob it down to Addison again. Layup counted in the foul. There's that high-low action. Lemons gets the assist. Corum the bucket. She'll have a chance at a three-point play. Foul is on Desiree Bundy, her first. So Methfessel will check out. She's got the 2 fouls. And Saley Sims, a 5'8" junior, is in for Lincoln. Ransom at the line, 60% on the season. Puts it up and doesn't get the roll, so it's 5-3 as Lincoln gets the rebound, but the Bulldogs are back within 2. Taylor to the front court, throws it high on the right side to Canada. Canada up top to Albright. Dribbles left, kicks it on the wing to Taylor. Taylor dribbles, now gets it back up top to Kira Canada. To the right side for Albright. Down to the baseline for Bundy. And yeah, that was a travel. She thought about a pass, and then she started to drive, and then thought about another pass. And the whole time, she never dribbled the ball. 3:43 on the clock, opening quarter. Ottumwa down 5-3, but a chance to tie or take the lead. Lincoln sets up in what looks like a 2-3 zone left side. Ransom quick 3 on the way. A little too strong. Rebound tipped out, and Schneckloff runs it down, brings it out to the right corner. Left alone, she'll try the 3. Off the rim, no. Zoe Jones, a weak side rebound. Fouled on the putback, and Zoe will shoot 2. Zoe Jones is just an effort and energy player, and that's why she's getting the start tonight. And now Desiree Bundy has 2 fouls for Des Moines Lincoln. Zoe 1 of 4 from the free throw line this season. First one this time is up, and it rattles home. 5-4, substitution for the Rails. We'll get our first look at freshman Jada Kenworthy, a 5'7" swing player, and sitting down will be Desiree Bundy, who, like Morgan Methfessel, has 2 fouls. Second free throw, got them both, and Zoe Jones has tied this game at 5, 3:26 opening quarter. Albright into the front court. Nearly lost the dribble between the circles. Throws it high on the right to Canada. Now back up top to Taylor. Back to Canada. On the right wing. Back up top to Albright. Kick it left wing for Taylor. Up top Canada. Back to Taylor left wing. Dribbles in, kicks it back up top. 3 on the way. Too strong, but a long rebound. Canada had it, fighting for it. Bulldogs go for the tie-up, but a foul instead. It was Albright, I believe, who missed the 3. But then Zoe Jones picks up the first Ottumwa foul of the game. 2 subs for Ottumwa. Ann Guest will return, and Isabel Mellon will check in for the first time, the 5'5" senior. Lincoln looking to inbound, and they throw it on the wing for Jada Taylor. Now to the elbow for Sims. Now back to Taylor. Lob in the lane. Ball is loose, and it's in the hands of Josie Lemons, and then for some reason reaching around from behind was Kenworthy, and she got called for the foul. That's already team foul number 5 on Lincoln. 2:47 to go opening quarter. We're tied at 5. Coach Vandenberg giving instruction as Schneckloth brings it into the front court. Kick it right wing for Mellon. Shot fake. One dribble now up top to Lemons. Down underneath the Guest. Right-handed dribble, turn around, and she's fouled, going up for two. The ball didn't go in, but Ann Guest will shoot two. Saley Sims with that foul, team foul number 6. And we got a timeout for Des Moines Lincoln here, back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Our world has changed a lot in a short amount of time, but your health and safety remain our #1 priority. We have the supplies needed and the processes in place to keep you safe. We've implemented visitor restrictions and we are reducing physical contact as much as possible. Patients and employees are required to wear masks for your protection and theirs, and your care team is screened daily. So don't wait to get the care you need. We're here for you today and always.
You're watching Bulldog Basketball on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
First free throw out of the timeout for Ann Guest is good, and Ottumwa has its first lead of the game at 6-5. Guest at the line 70% on the season. That's her first point of the night. Second free throw in and out. Mellon fighting for the rebound, but it's in the hands of Sims. Ottumwa 6, Des Moines Lincoln 5. Kira Canada across the timeline for the Rails. Ball goes left side for Jada Taylor. Taylor bounces it up top for Marissa Albright. Back to Taylor, left wing, dribbles in, nearly traveled. Throw it up top to Canada. Canada had it knocked out of her hands, rescues it on the left side. Gets it up top for Albright, who directs traffic. Throws it right wing to Canada. One dribble in and a stop, now up top to Taylor. Left side Albright, dribbles in, pull-up jumper, blocked but a foul called, and Lincoln will shoot two. Isabel Mellon with her first.
Double foul on number 4, Isabel Mellon, her first. Second team foul, 22, Marissa Albright.
So Albright at the line, 1 for 3 in their opener. And this one is good. Her first point ties the game at 6. Again, Lincoln playing only its second game. The Des Moines schools didn't open the season, most of them, until earlier this week. Second free throw too strong, but the long rebound looked like it was going to Lincoln, but they get a rebounding foul on Lincoln, and I think that puts Ottumwa in the bonus.
Foul on 14, Jada Kenworthy.
Jada Kenworthy, who's come in off the bench, has 2 fouls quickly, and Ann Guest will shoot a 1-and-1. Kenworthy will check out. And you know what? Riley Cox is checking in. She was injured in pregame. Didn't look like she would play, but good to see that she's all right. Guest 1 for 2 from the line tonight, and she'll knock the first one down and earn the bonus. Bulldogs up 7-6. 1:58 to go here in the opening quarter. Bulldog basketball brought to you by Community First Credit Union with 17 locations to serve you. Second free throw for Guest, good. Bulldogs up 8-6. Here come the Rails. Into the front court is Albright, top of the key, throws it left side for Taylor. Back up top to Canada. Back to Taylor, left wing. Quick 3 on the way. Off the rim, no good, and the rebound to Lemons. Into the front court now, Schneckloth. Bounce it right wing for Mellon. Pass into the post was deflected out to Jones. And her pass to Lemons went off Lemons' foot and right back to Zoe. Now she dribbles right side, gets it to Mellon. Guest trying to post up underneath. Mellon drives in, kicks it out to Lemons for a 3, top of the key. Too strong. Rebound pulled in by Cox. So now the Rails with 1:16 to go in the quarter. Moving right to left as we look at it. Throw it right wing to Kira Canada. And Canada called for a travel, picked up the pivot foot. 2 subs for Ottumwa as Olivia Corum and Addison Ransom both check back in.
Olivia Corum.
And it will be Corum to bring the ball into the front court. Ottumwa nursing a 2-point lead. Corum throws it up top to Ransom. Left her alone at the top of the key. She'll take the 3. No good, but Guess the rebound. Missed the putback and the rebound to Taylor. Oh, Ann will want that one back. Taylor pulls up, gets it in the lane to Sims. Back to Taylor. Long two-pointer on the way, too strong. Sims fighting for the rebound, got it to Cox. She tries a long two-pointer, no good. And this time Ann Guest has a good box out and rebound. 43 seconds to go in the quarter. Ottumwa with the ball and a 2-point lead. Right wing is Mellon, open for a three. Too strong, rebound to Cox. Back the other way come the Rails. Taylor left side to Canada. Back up top to Taylor. Towards the right wing for Albright. Into the corner, Cox. Quick long two on the way from the baseline, no good. Not a good shot, I wouldn't think. Bulldogs with the rebound, 20 seconds to go, and Schneckloff will slow it down as Coach Vandenberg says we'll hold for one shot. Got it to Ransom up top. Left side for Corum. Down to 10 seconds. Corum under pressure. Hands off to Mellon in the corner. Mellon drives in, bounces it on the floor to Ransom. Out to Corum. Corner three. Off the rim, no. Rebound on the floor, and time runs out. 8-6 Ottumwa after one. Back in 1 minute on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Wondering what to have for lunch or supper? Stop in and see Mike and his team at Mike's Pizza and Steakhouse. Whether you want amazing Greek food, pasta, salads, sandwiches, fish, chicken, steak, or the best pizza in town, they have what you want. They are always open for carryout, and their full menu is available at Mike'sPizzaSteakhouse.com. Thank you, Southern Iowa, for making Mike's Pizza and Steakhouse your favorite restaurant and your favorite pizza place. Proud to support the Ottumwa Bulldogs.
Whether you are a player, cheerleader, or coach, your friends at Petrita Orthodontics are cheering for you. We are proud of the students in our area and are happy to support them in their school activities. We want to see you smile on and off the field. If you or your child are in need of orthodontic care, call us for a free, no-obligation appointment. We have many different options available to help your child's bite and smile. Call us today at Petrita Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. We look forward to making you smile.
You're watching Bulldog basketball on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Start of the second quarter, Ottumwa leading Des Moines Lincoln 8-6. Bulldogs have the ball. Chloe Schneckloff left wing into the corner from Mellon. Mellon drives in, fed it to Ransom, who's underneath the basket and lays it in. Boy, Isabel could have taken that herself, but she gets the assist. Ransom with the layup. She has 4 points. Ottumwa leading 10-6. Into the front court is Marissa Albright. Backs it up to the volleyball line, picked up her dribble, and gets it up high on the right to Kira Canada. Canada up top to Jada Taylor. Taylor left side back to Albright. Guarded by Olivia Corum. Down to the baseline, now back out. And to Canada, high on the left side. Back to the corner, Albright. Three on the way. No good off the glass. Good contest by Guest, and a rebound pulled in by Ransom. Schneckloff now into the front court. Slows it up, high on the right side. Dribbles to the wing. Under some pressure. Now picks up the dribble. Got it down to Guest in the post. Dribbles in. Put it up off the glass. Couldn't get the roll, and the rebound on the weak side to Albright. Lincoln back the other way. Albright pulls up right wing. Backs it out. Almost doing a good job not giving up transition opportunities. To Canada right wing, back up top to Albright. Bulldogs staying in that 1-2-2 zone. Left wing, and a quick three on the way is good by Jada Taylor. She was 1 for 6 in their opener. Hits one here and pulls Lincoln within 110 tonight. I think Ottumwa will live with the occasional three being made because they don't think Lincoln's going to shoot a high percentage. Mellon down underneath. Good position in the post by Ransom, but she stumbled a bit on the catch and was called for traveling. Zoe Jones back in for Ottumwa, replacing Schneckloff. Morgan Methfessel has returned for the Railsplitters, playing with 2 fouls. Into the front court is Albright. Bulldogs are already in the bonus. Lob into the lane, knocked away and stolen. Corum comes up with a loose ball. Here come the Dogs. Olivia had her pocket picked from behind by Methfessel. Corum dives on the floor. And what is the call? Well, it's Lincoln ball. I didn't see a travel indication. Maybe Corum had stepped out of bounds when she dove for that ball. All right, 6 minutes to go, and a quick three on the way, and the other side is way off out of the hand of Taylor, and the rebound to Ottumwa. Again, the Bulldogs will let Lincoln shoot those shots because they don't think they're going to make most of them. Right wing is Zoe Jones. Shot faking a drive in. Put her up off the glass and good. No, they wave it off. It's a charge. And Zoe just got her second foul.
Player control foul on number 12, Zoe Jones.
Saley Sims drew that charge.
And team foul number 3.
5:47 to go, second quarter. Albright left side for Taylor. Taylor up top for Canada. Canada right side to Albright, dribbles baseline, and as she tried to lob it underneath, Ottumwa committed a foul. Coram with the reach in. That's her first. Team foul number 4. And it will be Albright to throw the inbounds pass from the R and Rails on the baseline. A lob that's intercepted by Olivia Coram. Bulldogs get another steal. Now Coram racing into the front court. Into the corner, Mellon, 3 on the way, off, but Ransom with the rebound, and the putback was partially blocked, but the ball was in the hands of Albright and then dribbled it off her foot and out of bounds, and Ottumwa will get it back. 5:21 to go second quarter. Bulldogs 10, Rails 9. Jones will throw the inbounds pass. Bulldogs stack on the left elbow. Goes underneath to Ransom, and the layup is good. Great inbounds play. Addison Ransom has 6 points. Dogs lead 12-9. Across the timeline is Taylor. Throws it right side to Canada. Down towards the baseline, Sims. Back to Canada on the wing. Up top, Albright. Left corner, Taylor. Quick 3 on the way. Got it.
3-point basket.
Second 3 by Jada Taylor, and the game's tied at 12. Ottumwa needs to close out a little bit better on shooters than that. They need to be contested threes. Now Zoe Jones, an uncontested 3. Right wing. Count it! Jones answers with the 3 of her own. She's got 5 points, and the Dogs are back up 15-12. Now Taylor, right side for Canada. Lincoln trying to reverse the ball faster than they did in the first quarter. At least that's what they did last possession. But that pass was deflected by Ottumwa. Then Canada tipped it out of bounds on the far side, and the Bulldogs get it back. Subs for both teams. Sneckloth and Lemons check in for Ottumwa. Desiree Bundy back in with 2 fouls for the Rails. 4:34 to go, second quarter. Ottumwa 15, Lincoln 12. Schneckloth between the circles. Dribbling towards the right, back by the volleyball line. Picks up her dribble on the wing, goes down to the block for Ann Guest. Turnaround shot, fouled, and Guest will shoot 2. And that looks like it'll be the 3rd one on Meth Fessel. Team foul number 8. So Guest at the line where she's 3 for 4 on the night. And her first one here is good. 16-12. Della Rose Brooks, a 5'8" junior, will check in for Meth Fessel. Brooks, if I remember correctly, did not appear in the box score in their win over East. One more free throw for Guest. It's up. She got them both. And a timeout at Ottumwa, 4:19 second quarter. Bulldogs up 5. We're back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
You're watching Bulldog Basketball on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa High Basketball brought to you by Cole Palace Cafe and Books on West Main Street in Ottumwa by the train depot, offering an array of coffee beverages, plus they serve breakfast, as well as homemade soups, salads, and sandwiches for lunch. Like and follow them on Facebook. And by Dr. Dwayne Petrito and the team at Petrito Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. Call today for an appointment and get a smile that lasts a lifetime. 4:15 second quarter, Des Moines Lincoln with the ball. Your Ottumwa girls have the lead, 17-12 here in the Lincoln Roundhouse. Albright for Lincoln driving left. Bulldogs have gone man-to-man. Shot off the glass wildly, no good. Good defense by Schneckloth. Guest with the rebound. Now Schneckloth into the front court. Top of the key. Kicks it to Ann Guest. She'll try a three from up there. Short off the rim. Lemons with the rebound underneath. Goes back up. Couldn't get the roll. And coming out of there with the rebound this time was Jada Taylor. Picked up her dribble in the backcourt, though, but gets it to midcourt for Albright. Albright dribbling between the circles. And Ottumwa switching up the defense, going man-to-man. Brooks up top, throws up a three, off the rim, no good. But the rebound run down and saved wildly by Taylor, but threw it to Corum in the lane. Now Corum, long pass up ahead to Schneckloff, left wing, gathers for a three. Short off the rim, high off the rim, and the rebound to Brooks. It'll be Taylor walking it into the front court. Ottumwa leading by 5. Taylor guarded by Zoe Jones. Bounce it right side for Brooks. Lemons trying to steal the ball, chopped it out of bounds, but it'll stay with Lincoln. And Albright will inbound to Saley Sims. Sims, a couple of slow dribbles, throw it up top. Schneckloth deflected it, it's loose, but rescued by Albright at the volleyball line. Ottumwa's had several steals tonight and some more near steals. Albright had it poked out of her hand, but that was a little too aggressive by Chloe, and she got called for the reach-in foul. Only her first, team foul number 5. Kira Canada will come in for the Rails and replace Sims. Ottumwa has Zoe Jones, Chloe Schneckloff, Olivia Corum, Ann Guest, and Josie Lemons on the floor, pardon me. Inbound, nearly stolen by Corum. It got to Bundy, and Corum called for that foul. That's her second, team foul number 6. Bulldogs trying to ratchet up the intensity on defense here. Taylor inbounding again. Got it left wing off the leg of Bundy and out of bounds, and Ottumwa gets it back. 2:47 to go until halftime, leading 17-12. Corum staying on the floor right now with those 2 fouls. Zoe Jones also on the floor with 2 fouls for Ottumwa. Bundy is on the floor with 2 fouls for Lincoln. Corum, tough catch, right wing, dribbles down to the baseline, lobs it to the opposite baseline for a wide open Zoe Jones, who laid it in, drew the double team and made the right pass. Great play by Corum. Jones with the bucket, 19-12 Bulldogs. Albright to the right side, trying to drive on Schneckloff, cut off. Kicks it towards the corner for Taylor. Taylor, one dribble, in some trouble, poked out of her hands, loose ball picked up by Corum. Everybody stopped for a second. Corum got it ahead to Lemons. Lemons pulls up top of the key, kicks it to Jones left wing, a transition 3, short off the rim. Rebound ricochets all the way out beyond the 3-point line. Taylor ends up with it, and a foul is called on Ottumwa. And Josie Lemons tried to get a tie-up, but got called for the foul, her first. Team foul number 7, and now the Rails will be in the 1-and-1. And Jada Taylor will shoot the 1-and-1. She has not been to the line yet this year. Of course, this is only their second game. Free throw, no good, and Ann Guest will chase the rebound down in the corner. Ottumwa with a 7-point lead in the ball. Minute 55 to go until halftime. Schneckloff dribbles high on the right side. Gets it up top to Guest. Guest left side to Jones. Down underneath to Lemons. Good catch around Brooks. Takes it in. Layup good. Josie Lemons with her first bucket. Bulldogs on a bit of a rush now, leading 21-12. Albright trying to drive the other way. Had her shot blocked. And Brooks came up with a loose ball, but then Lemons tied her up. The arrow will favor Ottumwa. And a timeout here taken by Lincoln. Bulldogs up 21-12, back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
In Searcy, Arkansas, a young man says I love you for the first time, but his girlfriend doesn't quite hear. In Franklin, Tennessee, a boy encounters his first pickle. And in Kyle, Texas, after a mission for tots, cousins realize they're a long way from Kyle, Texas. One day, many people, millions of orders. This is Howie Sonic.
You're watching Bulldog Basketball on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa High basketball brought to you by Slayton Polaris, your home for the best deals on Polaris Rangers and ATVs. Stop and see them today, 8 miles south and west of Pulaski. Minute 31 to go until halftime. Your Ottumwa girls team looking for its first win of the season and looking good right now. They lead Des Moines Lincoln here on the south side of Des Moines, 21-12. Chloe Schneckloth will bring it into the front court. Lincoln's already used its second timeout. As Ottumwa's on a 9-0 run right now. Schneckloth splits the defense down the lane. Runner got it. Chloe Schneckloth, her first bucket. She's got 3 points, 23-12. An 11-0 run for OHS. Albright over to the right side with the minute 10. Pressured by Schneckloth. Back to the left. Passes to the left side for Bundy up by the volleyball line. Desiree Bundy up top to Canada. Canada, one bounce, right side. It went to Albright, and then Lemons came in and knocked it out of bounds on the corner, so it stays with Lincoln, 58.4 on the clock. And Bundy will throw the inbounds from the baseline in that corner on the far side. Pass deflected, rolls out to midcourt. Isabel Mellon has it, racing down 3 defenders to cut her off. Looks for some help, gets it to Lemons left wing to the corner. Schneckloth, shot fake and a drive. Another runner off the glass, no good, and the rebound to Canada. Well, Ottumwa there. Mellon was not going to get a good look. 3 defenders were between her and the hoop by the time she got down to the lane. She made the right decision. Ottumwa just couldn't get a shot to go. Canada up high, gets it to Taylor. Now right side, and a 3 on the way. Off the rim, no good by Albright. Rebound to Guest. And the Bulldogs slow it up. They want to hold for the final shot. 21 seconds and counting until halftime. Ottumwa 23, Lincoln 12. Schneckloth around a Lemons pick, left side for Mellon, 13 seconds. Into the corner, and Kennedy Hugan was left wide open, but she couldn't hit the 3, and the rebound to Bundy. But then Bundy committed a double dribble with 6.2 seconds, and she did it in the backcourt, so Ottumwa won't have to go the length of the court here. In fact, they'll inbound from the baseline in the front court. Let's see what Coach Vandenberg has in mind with 6.2 to go. Lob it into Guest in the lane. Shot was blocked, had it deflected out of bounds, and it goes back to Lincoln. Well, now the Rails have to go the length of the court in 3.4 seconds. Well, I thought Ann was going to get a bucket there. Baseball pass into the front court for Taylor. Pull up 3 off the glass, no good. Lemons a rebound, and time expires. A good first half for your Ottumwa Bulldogs. Looking for win number 1 on the season. They lead Des Moines Lincoln on the road, 23-12. We'll take 3 minutes, come back, and begin the Bulldog halftime show on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Keeping you, your families, and your businesses connected in these challenging times is now more important than ever. We here at Lisco are dedicated to continue providing the same local customer service we have over the years. Both your business and home internet and phone service is Lisco's priority. Lisco, your local communications provider. Call me, Megan Daly, at 641-209-5400, 641-209-5400, or visit online at www.lisco.com.
At See First, we believe our members deserve financial solutions unlike any other, where the people make you feel appreciated, where you can find the right tools and products at the right price, where high-tech solutions provide serious convenience, not frustration, and where members are so happy they tell their friends. Thank you, See First members. Together really is better.
Whether you are a player, cheerleader, or coach, your friends at Petrita Orthodontics are cheering for you. We are proud of the students in our area and are happy to support them in their school activities. We want to see you smile on and off the field. If you or your child are in need of orthodontic care, call us for a free no-obligation appointment. We have many different options available to help your child's bite and smile. Call us today at Petrita Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. We look forward to making you smile.
Keeping you, your families, and your businesses connected in these challenging times is now more important than ever. We here at Lisco are dedicated to continue providing the same local customer service we have over the years. Both your business and home internet and phone service is Lisco's priority. Lisco, your local communications provider. Call me, Megan Daly, at 641-209-5400, 641-209-5400, or visit online at www.lisco.com.
At Dixon's Floors and More, we don't mind being different, as long as the difference is better. With hundreds of brands to choose from, including the largest manufacturers in the industry, we transform the volume of products we carry into lower prices for you. Don't start your project without starting at Dixon's Floors and More.
Mention you saw this video and receive 5% off your entire purchase at Dixon's Floors and More in Ottumwa.
River Community Credit Union is different from other financial institutions. From the safety of your money to who actually owns a credit union. A credit union is a democratic member-owned cooperative. When you join a credit union, you're more than a member. You're an owner, which means you have a say in how your credit union is run. They provide the same products and services as other financial institutions, but are not-for-profit and exist to help people, not to make a profit.
River Community Credit Union, where everybody knows your name.
You're watching Bulldog Basketball on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
We are at halftime at Ottumwa High Basketball on KBIZ and on the live video stream. Your Bulldog girls looking for win number 1 on the season. And they're halfway there. They lead the Rails of Des Moines Lincoln here at the Lincoln Roundhouse 23-12. It's actually the Bowen Roundhouse, and they're playing on the John Carl Court here at Des Moines Lincoln. And Ottumwa playing pretty well as they played all season. A team that's averaging 29.8 points per game. They've got 23 already at the half. They outscored Lincoln 15-6 in that second quarter and ended the half on an 11-0 run. The scoring for Ottumwa, Zoe Jones getting her first career start and leading the Bulldogs at the break with 7 points. Addison Ransom has 6, Ann Guest has 5, Chloe Schneckloth has 3, and Josie Lemons has 2. For Des Moines Lincoln, Jada Taylor has 6 points, Desiree Bundy has 3, Morgan Methvessel has 2, and Marissa Albright has 1 point. Free throws, Ottumwa 8 of 12 in the first half, and Lincoln 1 of 4. Foul trouble, Jones and Olivia Coram each have 2 fouls, but there's more foul trouble for Lincoln. Methvessel has 3 fouls, Desiree Bundy has 2 fouls, and Jada Kenworthy off the bench has 2 fouls. So Lincoln, I think, went a little bit deeper in its bench than they wanted to in that opening half because of the foul trouble. And the Bulldogs, they would have liked to have hit 1 or 2 more free throws, but 8 of 12 isn't bad. And Ottumwa's converted those opportunities more often than they have not. So 23-12 at the half. And what's the key for the second half? Well, Ottumwa's had a concerted effort to get the ball inside. They have a size advantage. Nobody taller than 5'8" playing for Lincoln. You've got 5'10" Addison Ransom, 5'11" Ann Guest inside. And even Josie Lemons is 5'7", but Josie, a strong player inside. They're not going to move her off the block, and if you can get her the ball inside, she can convert underneath the rim as well. And the more you do that, you either get the easy buckets or get to the free throw line like Ottumwa did 12 times in the first half. Keep doing what they're doing there. They should continue having offensive success. Then on the defensive end, Lincoln, they're better than they were last year. They have to be because they were winless last year, and they've already got a win this year, but they still don't take care of the ball very well. Ottumwa forced them into multiple turnovers. Just keep doing what you're doing there defensively in the second half. They might hit an occasional 3, but make sure you're contesting the 3-point shots, getting in passing lanes, and Ottumwa, they keep doing that, they'll be just fine to pick up win number 1. Job's not finished, but a good start, 23-12 at the half. Bulldog basketball brought to you by Mike and his team at Mike's Pizza and Steakhouse in Ottumwa. Thank you, Southern Iowa, for voting them as your favorite restaurant and pizza place, proud to support the Bulldogs. By Lisco, Southeast Iowa's leader in fiber optic telecommunications, Lisco of Fairfield. And by Mark and the team at Champion Bowl in Ottumwa. Stop in and see the new improvements. Champion Bowl, where bowling is fun. We'll take 3 minutes, come back, and get you the second half. Bulldogs up 11 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
Wondering what To have for lunch or supper? Stop in and see Mike and his team at Mike's Pizza and Steakhouse. Whether you want amazing Greek food, pasta, salads, sandwiches, fish, chicken, steak, or the best pizza in town, they have what you want. They are always open for carryout, and their full menu is available at mikespizzasteakhouse.com. Thank you, Southern Iowa, for making Mike's Pizza and Steakhouse your favorite restaurant and your favorite pizza place. Proud to support the Ottumwa Bulldogs.
It's time to experience something new. Like new tech, new options, and new performance upgrades. Polaris gives you the fastest engaging all-wheel drive. The only GPS that lets you plan, track, and share. Ultra bright LED lights. And exclusive work features you can't get anywhere else. Polaris, think outside.
Stop into Slayton Polaris, located 8 miles south and west of Pulaski.
In Searcy, Arkansas, a young man says I love you for the first time, but his girlfriend doesn't quite hear. In Franklin, Tennessee, a boy encounters his first pickle. And in Kyle, Texas, after a mission for tots, cousins realize they're a long way from Kyle, Texas. One day, many people, millions of orders. This is Howie Sonic.
It's time to experience something new. Like new tech, new options, and new performance upgrades. Polaris gives you the fastest engaging all-wheel drive. The only GPS that lets you plan, track, and share. Ultra bright LED lights. And exclusive work features you can't get anywhere else. Polaris, think outside.
Stop into Slayton Polaris, located 8 miles south and west of Pulaski.
At Community First Credit Union, we see how important it is to be the kind of financial partner you can depend on, no matter what. We see that you have plans, goals, hopes, and dreams. We see you need banking tools that are real-time and bankers that are real people. At See First, we see all of these things because at See First, we see you.
You're watching Bulldog Basketball on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ransom, 12 Zoe Jones, 24 Chloe Sneckloff, 30 Ann Guest.
Just about ready to start the second half. Bulldog basketball brought to you by Ottumwa Regional Health Center. Your health and safety is their #1 priority. Your Ottumwa girls leading Des Moines Lincoln 23-12. It'll be Bulldog basketball moving right to left as we look at it here in the second half. Zoe Jones, Olivia Corr, Madison Ransom, Chloe Schneckloff, and Guest on the floor for Ottumwa. Jones to inbound at midcourt on the far side and gets it up top to Guest at the volleyball line. And tried to lob it back to Jones in the lane. And that pass was picked off by Kira Canada. And then Jones at least went in and got the tie-up. The arrow favors Lincoln, but Ottumwa will have the arrow back for the next held ball. Marissa Albright into the front court for Lincoln, throws it left side to Desiree Bundy. Bundy skips it back to Albright, right wing. Down to the baseline, Jada Taylor, back to Albright. Up top to Desiree Bundy, left wing to Canada. To the baseline for Taylor, and her jumper from the baseline about 12 feet is an air ball, and the rebound to Ann Guest. Ottumwa ended the half on an 11-0 run, trying to expand an 11-0 lead. It was tied at 12, and then Ottumwa shut Lincoln down the rest of the half. Ball goes left side to Corum, got around her defender, driving in, runner off the glass, no. Got her on rebound, goes up in traffic and got it to go. Olivia Corum has her first bucket, 25-12 Bulldogs, a 13-0 run. Corum's first bucket of the night. Albright, right side to Canada. Canada up top to Taylor. Left side to Albright. Down to the baseline, Bundy. Yeah, she stepped out of bounds. Desiree Bundy wearing some pretty cool sneakers, bright green neon basketball shoes. I like how they look. The problem for her there was against the maroon of the baseline, it made it pretty obvious that she stepped out. Saley Sims checks in for Lincoln, and they set up a 1-2-2 full court press. Schneckloff in the backcourt in some trouble, but gets it ahead to Ransom, and Ransom to Schneckloff down the right side, pulls up in the wing, skip pass left wing to Corum, open for a three, off no good. Guest fighting for the rebound, goes down to the ground, holding it along with Saley Sims. And the held ball favors Ottumwa. And there's that play after the initial turnover to start the half by Zoe Jones to get a held ball. It didn't give Ottumwa the possession then, but it does so now. Schneckloth trying to inbound. Goes left corner for Jones, who's open for a three. Off the rim, no. Schneckloth batted the ball, and it's off of Lincoln, they say, so it'll stay with Ottumwa. I thought they were going to give that ball to Lincoln, but the Bulldogs will take it. Schneckloth inbounding from the baseline. Lob it up top for Corum. Dribbles right, kicks it on the wing to Jones. Shot fake. There's that high school travel they call that I just don't like. I was actually, doing some background reading on Lincoln today, and their head coach, Justin Anderson, actually has his own blog, although he hasn't updated it in a while, and he had a post about allowing that kind of a play. And now a collision on the other end and a travel on Desiree Bundy. She drove in, and Guest stepped in to take the charge, but they say that Bundy traveled before the contact. But either way, Ottumwa gets it back. In the backcourt against that press is Schneckloth to the right side. Jump pass ahead. Tough catch by Corma midcourt. Got it back to Schneckloth right side. And tried to get it to the left block to Guest, but overthrew her and out of bounds. Both teams a little turnover prone here early in the third quarter. 6:15 on the clock. Ottumwa leading 25-12. Albright back through that midcourt circle. Maroon with the ALHS logo in gold. It goes left side for Taylor. Taylor up top to Bundy. Bundy back left side. Taylor steps into a three. She's hit two in this game, and not this time. Rebound to Addison Ransom. Ransom gets it to Jones, and Zoe Jones will bring it across the timeline. Picked up her dribble, needs some help. Schneckloth comes to get it left wing. Chloe trying to drive around Albright, and Albright reaches in and commits a foul. First one on Marissa Albright, first one on the half on either team. 5:46 to go third quarter. Still 25-12 Ottumwa. Jones looking to inbound, gets it up top to Guest. Guest throws it right wing to Schneckloth. Schneckloth down to the block for Ransom. Turnaround off the glass and good over Bundy. Addison Ransom got position inside. She has 8 points, 27-12. Bulldogs on a 15-0 run. Albright backs away, pass deflected, goes left side to Bundy anyway. Gets it back up top to Taylor. Right side to Albright. Three on the way. Off the rim, no good. And the rebound batted out of bounds. Last touched by Lincoln. It was Methvessel and Corum fighting for that ball, and the official said last touch by the Rails. Corum to inbound. Lincoln again setting up that three-quarter court zone press, a 1-2-2. Schneckloth left side for Corum. Trying to get around Bundy, now back to the left side. And stumbled and traveled. Ottumwa turns it over in midcourt, 5:10 to go in the third. Bulldogs still nursing that 15-point lead. Albright back into the front court, throws it right side for Bundy. Up top for Taylor, left side to Albright again. Baseline drive, nearly traveled. Picked up her dribble, now gets it back out to Bundy. Long three-pointer from the wing, left it short, and the rebound on the floor to Corum. Corum goes left side across the timeline to Guest. And goes to the left corner for Jones. A shot fake, a drive, a shot. Couldn't get it to go. Rebound on the floor, picked up by Bundy. And she lost it. It rolls out of bounds, but they say it was deflected out of bounds by Jones, who was trying to get a tie-up. Ottumwa is very focused, even when they don't have the ball. If they have a chance to get a tie-up, they're going for it. Quick three on the way off the inbounds. Right wing by Taylor is no good. And the rebound to Schneckloth. Still 27-12 Bulldogs. Schneckloth left alone up top. She'll try the three. Off the rim. Jones and Bundy tie up on the rebound. The arrow favors Lincoln this time. Josie Lemons will return for Ottumwa, replacing Addison Ransom. Both teams have kind of struggled maintaining possession in this quarter, but Ottumwa's scored all 4 points in the quarter, and Lincoln wants another timeout. 4:16 to go in the third. 27-12 Dogs. Back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Engage, educate, and empower every student every day. Ottumwa School. Building relationships, foundations for success. Helping
Ottumwa High basketball brought to you by Shannon and the team at Dixon's Floors and More. Stop in today and check out the awesome showroom and let Shannon give you a free estimate for flooring, cabinets, and fireplaces. Dixon's Floors and More, just past Walmart in Ottumwa. 4:16 to go third quarter. Your Ottumwa girls leading at Des Moines Lincoln 27-12. For Lincoln with the ball after using their third timeout. Albright into the front court. Throws it right side up high to Jada Taylor. Back to Albright on the left side. Bulldogs still in the zone. Ball goes left corner for Bundy. Now underneath through the hands of Sims. Bobbled, got it back out to Bundy. Now to the wing. Albright, pull-up jumper, free throw line, way too strong. Rebound to Zoe Jones. Jones dribbles out of the crowd, gets across the timeline, right side. Throws it left side for Guest. And driving in the lane all the way to the bucket, and she's fouled. And Guest will shoot 2 more free throws. Let's see who this one is on. It's on Albright, her second, team foul number 2. Guest at the line, 5 for 6 on the night. 3:43 to go here in the third. Free throw is up and good. Bulldog basketball brought to you by River Hills Community Health Center. With locations in Ottumwa, Centerville, Oskaloosa, Richland, and Sigourney, they've been growing healthy communities for over 20 years. Visit riverhillshealth.org for updates and more information, and find them on Facebook. Second free throw by Guest is good. 29-12, and now Ottumwa wants a timeout. We'll take 30 seconds and return on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
You're watching Bulldog basketball on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa High basketball is, of course, brought to you by the Ottumwa Community School District, where they're proud to engage, educate, and empower every student every day. Go Bulldogs. And right now, the Bulldog girls basketball team is certainly going. They lead Des Moines Lincoln 29-12. This game was tied at 12, not quite halfway through the second quarter, and since then, Ottumwa's been on a 17-0 run. Lincoln with the ball. Desiree Bundy brings it across the timeline. Throws it high on the right side to Jada Taylor. Taylor up top to Marissa Albright. Albright goes right, then left on the dribble. Now back right. In the corner for Bundy. She tried to throw it underneath, and Corum took it away. Olivia Corum into the front court, left wing for Schneckloff. Guest trying to post up. They get her the ball down on the block. Turn around with the left hand off the glass and good. And Guest has 9 points. 31-12 Dogs. It is a 19-0 run. Albright up top. Back to the left. Jump pass, nearly traveled. Got it to Bundy. Back up high on the left side to Albright. Back in the corner to Bundy. Kind of pivoting, lost it, got it back. Throws it to Taylor. Back to Bundy in the corner for a 3 off the rim. No, and a good box out and rebound by Zoe Jones. Got it over to Schneckloff. 2:40 to go in the third. Ottumwa up 19. Schneckloff to the right, got a lane all the way in. Bounce it across to Guest. Tough catch in the lane, layup good. And Guest into double figures for the second straight game. 33-12, and it's a 21-0 run for Ottumwa. Over towards the right side is Albright. Down to the corner for Taylor. Back to the wing, Albright. Backing away from Zoe Jones. Picked up her dribble at the volleyball line high on the right. Got it top of the key to Meth Fessel. Hands it back to Albright. Dribbles left and gets it on the wing to Bundy. Pass deflected by Jones. It went into the back into the hands of Lincoln, though. Now Albright driving free throw line. Jump pass underneath, and Ann Guest got her hands in the passing lane. Tied up Saley Sims. The held ball. Arrow favors Ottumwa. Isabel Mellon returning for Ottumwa. Kira Canada back on the floor for Lincoln. Minute 55 to go in the third. Ottumwa leading 33-12. Chloe Schneckloff will bring it through the midcourt circle. Around the Lemons pick towards the right wing. Now back to the middle, now back to the wing again, looking underneath. Schneckloff backs it away. They'll reset. And now bounce it to the volleyball line to Ann Guest. Guest picked up her dribble out there. Pass is deflected, and then off the hands of Zoe Jones and out of bounds into the Ottumwa bench. Addison Ransom returns for Ottumwa. And for the first time tonight, we see Abigail Pfeiffer, a 5'7" freshman for Lincoln. Rails across the timeline. Boy, nearly another travel by Albright left side. A jump pass to the corner, gets it back down the lane. Runner got fouled pretty hard. Couldn't get it to go, but she'll shoot two. Josie Lemons commits the foul on the body there. First foul of the second half on Ottumwa. They've only called two on Lincoln. Albright 1 for 2 from the line tonight, 2 for 5 on the season. And Lincoln only playing its second game. First free throw good. And that's the first point for the Rails here in the third quarter. It ends the 21-0 run for Ottumwa. And it's 33-13. Kennedy Hugan back in for Ottumwa, replacing Zoe Jones. Second free throw, no good. But the weak side rebound to Methvessel, and her putback is good. So it's 33-15. And now the press set up by the Rails. Mellon across the timeline to Ransom, now up high on the right to Schneckloff. Knocked out of her hands and stolen away by Albright. She's got a clean run to the basket and lays it in.
Steal and basket by Marissa Albright.
And Lincoln with a quick 5-0 run to make it 33-17. Mellon in the backcourt, right side to Schneckloff. Got around Albright into the front court. Right side had it stripped out of bounds. It's threatening to roll out of the roundhouse and down the tunnel towards the locker rooms. 37.1 seconds to go. Ottumwa leading 33-17. Schneckloff to inbound from the baseline near the corner. Down to the block for Ransom. Put it up a little too strong. Lemons came flying in for the rebound. Tried to get it to Ransom in the lane. Knocked loose. And they're still fighting for it on the floor. We'll get a held ball here in the pile. The arrow favoring Lincoln, 26.5 to go. Great effort by Josie Lemons to get that rebound, but he couldn't get a pass cleanly to a teammate. Lincoln back the other way. 20 seconds to go in the quarter. Right side for Canada. Down to the corner, Taylor, a quick three. No, but a foul, and Jada Taylor will shoot three as Josie Lemons picks up her third foul. Came with 15.8 seconds to go in the quarter. You want to aggressively contest jump shooters, but you never want to foul the jump shooter. Taylor, 0 for 2 from the line tonight, but she hits this one. She leads Lincoln with 7 points, 33-18. Second free throw is good, and the third one upcoming, 33-19. Olivia Coram back in for Ottumwa, replacing Schneckloff for the final 15.8 seconds of the third quarter. Jada Taylor trying to hit all 3 of her free throws, but she left that one short. Rebound deflects out, and Hugan saves it from going out of bounds on the side. So 33-19, 8 seconds to go. Mellon into the front court. Dribbles right, in trouble, had it knocked out of bounds by Lincoln with 3.6 to go. Coram to throw the inbounds. Got it in the corner to Ransom. 2 seconds. Coram doesn't know it, and time runs out. 33-19, back in 1 minute on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
I'm Mark Frimeware, owner of Champion Bowl. Winter got you feeling cooped up? Break out and come to Champion Bowl. We have a full bar and a great menu. Hang out in the lounge. Let us cook for you. Celebrate birthdays and special events. Call us at 682-8005 to help set up your next big event. We look forward to seeing you at Champion Bowl in Ottumwa, where bowling is fun. Open every day at 10 and at noon on Sunday. Follow us on Facebook for specials and events.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
You're watching Bulldog basketball on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa ball to start the fourth quarter. The Bulldogs leading Des Moines Lincoln 33-19. Chloe Schneckloth in the right corner picked up her dribble. Lob underneath Ransom. The catch off the glass, no. Rebound deflects to Corum. Her putback, no good. Another rebound out. Mellon runs it down to the three-point line, gets it out to Guest, who throws it high on the right side to Schneckloth, and the Bulldogs reset. Ottumwa leading by 14, but Lincoln ended that third quarter on a 7-0 run. Ottumwa had a 21-0 lead. Now Schneckloth around the pick, all the way to the rim. The layup doesn't go. The rebound batted out. Schneckloth runs it down left side. And Ottumwa's had some point-blank looks that haven't gone here to start this fourth quarter. Schneckloth on the left wing. They're trying to post up Ransom. Not really there. Got to do something. Throw it free throw line for Guest. Kick it out right wing, but Ann was called for a travel. That possession was 47 seconds and had 3 or 4 good looks at the rim that didn't go. Now Albright into the front court for Lincoln. High on the right side, she goes to Kira Canada. Back to Marissa Albright. Takes it left side. Goes in the corner for Taylor. Back to Albright. Up top Canada. Gives it to Albright. They'll reset. Albright between the circles. Right side to Canada. And a whistle and a travel is called on Canada before she made the pass. So Lincoln gives it right back. 6:48 to go in the game. Ottumwa leading 33-19. Inbound to Mellon. Lincoln setting up that zone press. Mellon gets it to Schneckloth. She heads to the right side. Got around 2 defenders into the front court. Takes it down to the corner. Underneath for a wide open Ransom, and the layup good. Lincoln, after the press was broken, Lincoln didn't get back in defensive position. Ransom has 10 points, 35-19 Bulldogs. Albright cut off outside the lane, right side, a whistle, and a timeout Lincoln. 6:20 to go, back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
30-second timeout.
Coal Palace Cafe and Books invites you to stop in and try their real, not fast, fresh, never frozen, made in-house menu, which is sure to satisfy. Start your day with their fresh brewed coffee or one of their specialty drinks and a delicious breakfast. Stop in for a cup of one of their homemade soups, a sandwich, or salad for lunch. Don't forget dessert. At Coal Palace Cafe and Books, your purchases help our neighbors with disabilities learn valuable job skills. Check out their gently used books while you wait. That's Coal Palace Cafe and Books at 226 West Main Street, Ottumwa.
You're watching Bulldog basketball on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Out of the timeout, Lincoln inbounds to Kira Canada, who tried to drive and traveled right away, so the Bulldogs get it back. 6:18 away from their first win of the season, leading 35-19. Schneckloth in the backcourt, left side against the press. Throws it across the timeline, all the way underneath to an open Ransom, who lays it up and in again. Bulldogs starting to break that press with great efficiency, 37-19. Ottumwa's now tied at season high in points. Ball goes left corner for Taylor, who's open for a 3. Off the rim, no, and a leaping rebound by Zoe Jones. Got it over to Corum. Corum into the front court. Right side into the corner, Schneckloth. 3 on the way, off the rim, but a weak side rebound to Jones and fouled on the putback. Zoe Jones will shoot 2 with 5:44 to go. Kira Canada called for her first. Team foul number 3 on Lincoln. Jones at the line, 2 for 2 on the night. First one this time is good. 38-19. 2 subs for the Rails. Desiree Bundy and Jada Kenworthy are back in. And with that free throw, Ottumwa's now set a new season high in points here in their 7th game. Second free throw, good. 9 points for Zoe Jones in her first career start. 39-19, Dogs back up 20. High on the right side is Albright for Lincoln. Goes up top for Bundy. Bundy to the left corner. Kenworthy a long two-pointer, no good. Rebound on the floor, run down by Chloe Schneckloth. Schneckloth across the timeline with 5:20 to go. Ottumwa leading by 20. Lobs it over the head of Guest, who was contested, and runs it down. Good job of keeping her balance there. Gets it up top for Corum. Corum dribbling right and got bumped by Desiree Bundy, who just picked up her 3rd foul. Only the 4th of the half on the rails, 5:09 to go. Jones inbounding from the far side. Got it up top to Guest at the volleyball line. Back right wing to Schneckloth. Down underneath to Ransom, who backed down her defender. The layup no good. Jones the rebound and putback is good. And Zoe Jones into double figures with 11, 41-19. Albright backs up to the volleyball line now. Picked up her dribble, goes into the lane. Turnaround by Methvessel, no, but a whistle and a foul on Ottumwa. Addison Ransom picks up her first, team foul number 3. And Morgan Methvessel will shoot 2. Her first trip to the line in the Rails young season. The senior's first free throw is short off the iron. Kennedy Hugan coming back in for Ottumwa, replacing Olivia Corum. 4 minutes, 48 seconds to go. Ottumwa leading 41-19. Second free throw, no good, and a good box out and rebound by Ann Guest. I don't know exactly how many rebounds Ann has, but it feels like this has been her best rebounding game of the season. Schneckloth up high on the right. They're looking to post up Ransom again. Said they go up top to Jones. 3 on the way, partially blocked. And the rebound off the hands of Bundy and out of bounds. It'll stay with Ottumwa. Jada Taylor comes back in for Lincoln, replacing, I believe, Methvessel. Yep. Schneckloth looking underneath on the inbounds, not there, goes in the corner for Jones. Shot fake and a baseline drive, fed it across to Schneckloth on the other baseline. Now a skip pass right wing. Now underneath to Ann Guest, powers it up and in through 2 defenders. Good pass by Hugan, and Ann Guest with a strong finish. 43-19. Albright, top of the key, throws it left side. Taylor's left open for a 3, and she hit it. Jada Taylor's 3rd 3 of the game makes it 43-22, and now Lincoln will use its final timeout. 4 minutes, 6 seconds to go in the game. Back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Family First Chiropractic, it is our goal to get you and your family as healthy as possible and keep you healthy for the rest of your life. We deliver an elevated level of care for the entire family. We approach healthcare from a holistic view, incorporating multiple chiropractic techniques and physical therapy to ensure that our patients achieve the best results as fast as possible. We believe you deserve the best. A little preventative care now will eliminate pain management in later years. We want our kids to grow and live an active, healthy lifestyle. Get your family checked at Family First Chiropractic.
You're watching Bulldog Basketball on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
So far tonight, Ann Guest has 13 points. Addison Ransom has 12. Zoe Jones has 11. 3 Bulldogs in double figures. You add everything up, and Ottumwa's got a 43-22 lead here at Des Moines Lincoln with 4:06 to go in the 4th quarter. Ottumwa's already hit the 40-point mark for the first time this season, and they've got a chance to get to 50. Lincoln showed the press and then backed off as Ottumwa inbounded. So Schneckloth into the front court. Between the circles, takes it right to left. Kick it on the wing to Hugan. Hugan a shot fake, a drive to the free throw line, kick it out to Jones. Thought about the 3, left open, took the 3, off the rim, no. Guest tips the rebound. Ransom comes down with it, throws it to Guest on the block, kick it out up top to Jones. Has a hand in her face. Down, back underneath, Guest bobbles and catches, double teams, goes up anyway, off the glass and good through the double team. And Guest has 15, new season high. 45-22. Albright between the circles. Goes right, and that was a travel. She wanted to throw a pass to Taylor. Zoe Jones got in the way, and Albright stumbled. Isabel Mellon and Josie Lemons back into the game for Ottumwa. Morgan Methfessel returning for Lincoln. 3:25 to go. Lincoln will set up some pressure here as Ottumwa's inbounding in front of the Lincoln bench in the backcourt. And a lob in to Mellon from Schneckloff. And now a jump pass up ahead to Hugen, who's open right side, fires across the lane to Guest, who lays it in. Great press break by Ottumwa. Hugen another good assist, and Guest has 17 points. 47-22. Albright between the circles for Lincoln. Schneckloff shadows her all the way to the right, pulls up outside the lane. Now a turnaround jumper blocked by Hugen, and the ball comes down to the hands of Guest. Now Schneckloff into the front court with 2:50 to go. Around to Lemons pick to the right side. Now on the pick and roll, back to Lemons. Her shot blocked in the lane, and the loose ball picked up by Albright. Boy, the pick and roll was there, just not quite the finish. And now Albright tries to throw it to Sims. It's over her head and out of bounds on the other baseline. Still, I like that play. And now Ottumwa wants a timeout, 30 seconds, and we're back on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Our world has changed a lot in a short amount of time, but your health and safety remain our #1 priority. We have the supplies needed and the processes in place to keep you safe. We've implemented visitor restrictions, and we are reducing physical contact as much as possible. Patients and employees are required to wear masks for your protection and theirs, and your care team is screened daily. So don't wait to get the care you need. We're here for you today and always.
You're watching Bulldog Basketball on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
.237 to go. Ottumwa with the ball, leading Des Moines Lincoln 47-22. Lincoln pressing. Ottumwa trying to get it inbound. Schneckloff into Mellon. Mellon back to Schneckloff, who beats her defender into the front court. Takes it all the way down left side. In, lay it up and in. Chloe Schneckloff. Nobody stopped her until it was too late. 49-22. 2:20 to go. Jada Taylor into the front court, throws it left side to Albright. Albright guarded closely by Hugen. Bulldogs in a 2-3 zone. Now to Taylor, takes it over towards the right wing, in the corner for Methfessel. Quick three on the way, got it. Morgan Methfessel hits a three, makes it 49-25. Mellon across the timeline around a Lemons pick, into the corner for Hugen. Hugen curls into the lane, little right-handed runner off the glass, too strong. Rebound was tied up, and the alternate possession will give it to Lincoln. Sarah Hunger has checked in, by the way. It's 6-foot sophomore. And now Ottumwa they had a sub at the table. The refs didn't recognize it. Now they'll let Olivia Corum come in. So you've got Mellon, Hugen, Lemons, Corum, and Hunger in the game for Ottumwa. Goes right side. Methfessel tries another three and hits that one.
3-point basket.
Lincoln probably wondering where that had been most of the game. It's 49-28. Back-to-back threes for Morgan Methfessel. Mellon across the timeline to Corum left side. Corum gets it right side for Hugen. Hugen underneath the Lemons. Kick it out on the wing to Mellon. Isabel to the free throw line. Now a runner down the lane. A little bit short. Hunger gets the rebound. Kicks it out to Mellon. Good rebound by Sarah Hunger. Now a three left wing for Corum. A little too strong. And Lemons going for the rebound commits a foul. That's her fourth. Team foul number 4 with 1:13 to go. Good to see Sarah Hunger, just a sophomore, getting some varsity minutes. Don't believe she was on the trip to North, but with Van Manen and Bradley out again tonight, Hunger getting a chance to play some varsity minutes. Another three on the way by Methfessel. This time it's an air ball. We get a tie up on the rebound, and the arrow favors Lincoln. Well, it feels like the Arrows favored Lincoln 2 times in a row. Maybe not. Albright to inbound. Left side, Taylor, a quick three. Lincoln just launching threes now. No good. Rebound battled for underneath. And we'll get another held ball as Lemons was fighting for it. It'll go back to Ottumwa now. 56.8 seconds to go. It's 49-28. So Ottumwa had a shot at getting to 50, but they do have 4 reserves on the floor. The only starter is Hugan. Or pardon me, Corum. Hugan's trying to get open to get the inbounds pass from Corum, and she does. Now up the right side. Now baseball pass left side, wide open is Hunger underneath, missed the layup. Little too excited there. Rebound to Lincoln. Albright the other way. Right side backs it out to the wing, Meth Fessel. Left side Taylor, another three. Too strong. Rebound was pulled in by Albright. Went back up, had her shot blocked by Lemons, but they call Lemons for the foul, and Josie's fouled out of the game. She'll finish her night with 2 points, but a lot of good work underneath the basket on both ends. Zoe Jones will come back in. And it's somewhat shorthanded, doesn't have anybody further to go on the bench with the player fouling out. First free throw is off the front of the rim and then through for Albright, who's now 3 of 5 from the line on the night, 49-29. Second free throw too strong, and the rebound to Hunger. Maybe one more chance for Ottumwa to get over the 50-point mark here. Corum right side, kick it on the wing to Hugan. Hugan now driving down to the baseline, underneath the hoop, kick it out to Corum left side to the wing, Mellon. Mellon in the lane, left-handed runner off the glass, too strong. Rebound, ricochets out of bounds. It'll go back to Lincoln. 16.7 seconds to go. Albright will bring it across the timeline, maybe for the final time in this game. Right side to Meth Fessel, quick three on the way, that's all. Oh, it banked in. It was way offline and it banked in. 49-32, up ahead to Hunger behind the defense, layup good. And the bench cheers for Hunger getting her first varsity points. Final score, Ottumwa 51 and Des Moines Lincoln 32. Bulldogs get their first win of the season, hit the 50-point mark for the first time. And as we just mentioned, Sarah Hunger with her first varsity points. We'll take 3 minutes, come back, and get you some happy totals on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
At Dixon's Floors and More, we don't mind being different, as long as the difference is better. With hundreds of brands to choose from, including the largest manufacturers in the industry, we transform the volume of products we carry into lower prices for you. Don't start your project without starting at Dixon's Floors and More.
Mention you saw this video and receive 5% off your entire purchase at Dixon's Floors and More in Ottumwa.
In Searcy, Arkansas, a young man says I love you for the first time, but his girlfriend doesn't quite hear. In Franklin, Tennessee, a boy encounters his first pickle. And in Kyle, Texas, after a mission for tots, cousins realize they're a long way from Kyle, Texas. One day, many people, millions of orders. This is Howie Sonic.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
Whether you are a player, cheerleader, or coach, your friends at Petrita Orthodontics are cheering for you. We are proud of the students in our area and are happy to support them in their school activities. We want to see you smile on and off the field. If you or your child are in need of orthodontic care, call us for a free, no-obligation appointment. We have many different options available to help your child's bite and smile. Call us today at Petrita Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. We look forward to making you smile.
Keeping Keeping you, your families, and your businesses connected in these challenging times is now more important than ever. We here at Lisco are dedicated to continue providing the same local customer service we have over the years. Both your business and home internet and phone service is Lisco's priority. Lisco, your local communications provider. Call me, Megan Daly, at 641-209-5400, 641-209-5400, or visit online at www.lisco.com.
Hi, I'm Rick Johnson, CEO of River Hills Community Health Center, where we've been growing healthy communities for the past 20 years in Ottumwa, Centerville, Richland, and Sigourney. We recently made some modifications, but we are now back to normal with safety and precaution in mind. All of our clinic locations are open and have returned to regular hours. Appointments are being accepted in all clinics, so call for your appointment today. Remember, River Hills Community Health Center. Diversified services, exceptional health care.
You're watching Bulldog basketball on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa High basketball on 1240 AM, 102.7 FM, KBIZ. Your Bulldog girls pick up their first win of the season. They knock off Des Moines Lincoln on the road tonight by a final of 51-32. 3 Bulldogs scored in double figures tonight. Ann Guest had 17 points. Addison Ransom had 12, and Zoe Jones with 11 points in her first career start. Also tonight, Chloe Schneckloff had 5 points. Olivia Corum had 2. Josie Lemons had 2, and Sarah Hunger had 2 points. For Des Moines Lincoln, they were led by Morgan Metfessel, who had 13 points, although 9 of those points came on the 3 3-pointers she hit in the final 2+ minutes. Jada Taylor had 11 points, Marissa Albright had 5, and Desiree Bundy had 3 points. Bulldogs a good night at the free throw line, 12 of 16. That helped offset the fact that Ottumwa only hit 1 3-pointer in the game. Now, the Bulldogs didn't take a lot of threes tonight. They actually made a concerted effort to get the ball inside, had a size advantage, and took advantage of it, as you can tell by the totals for Guest and Ransom. Lincoln, by contrast, hit 7 threes, but 4 of those were in the final quarter after Ottumwa had built up a sizable lead. Lincoln struggled from the line tonight as well. They were only 5 of 13. So Ottumwa now 1-6, 1-1 in the Metro. Lincoln is 1-1 overall and 1-1 in Metro Conference play. Bulldogs back in action on Monday. And Monday is a bit of an interesting day. The Ottumwa girls are at home to take on Burlington. The Bulldog boys Monday on the road at Burlington. We will have the road game, the boys at Burlington, Monday night. So the next time we'll have the girls on the air will be next Tuesday, when the girls and boys are on the road at Des Moines East. But OHS wins it tonight, 51-32. All right, let's take a 3-minute timeout, and when we come back, we'll start breaking down the boys matchup between Ottumwa and Lincoln. That's next on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
At See First, we believe our members deserve financial solutions unlike any other, where the people make you feel appreciated, where you can find the right tools and products at the right price, where high-tech